What's going on, guys? Today I got a DM, and it was somebody, and they asked why I hate on cardio so much and why I talk so bad about it or whatever they want to call it. And I wanted to get on and clarify a little bit about the fact that I don't hate cardio. Cardio is necessary. It's good for your cardiovascular system, right? It's good to promote blood flow. It's good for active recovery. It's good to increase the function of your heart and your lungs. And if you're able to breathe more, then you can obviously, your lifts will become better, more oxygen to the muscles. And it's just going to be all around better if you have a better, higher functioning heart and lungs. However, the reason that I promote heavy compound movements first in a workout and then your cardio afterwards is because cardio will drain your glycogen stores that are necessary to produce heavier movements, right? You have stored glycogen in your liver and in your muscles. And as you do cardio, your glycogen stores are depleted. And so I recommend heavy compound movements first because you need that glycogen to move the weight to break down the muscle. But I do recommend maybe doing 15 minutes of moderate cardio after your workouts, after your strength training session. Another reason that I'm not a huge fan of cardio is because people, especially women, believe that it's the end-all be-all. They'll go to the gym for 45 minutes to an hour, and that's all that they'll do. And if you have somebody that goes in and does that, if their diet is in check, they will lose weight. However, they'll become what's called a skinny fat, where you don't have the muscle tone that you're going for, which is the whole purpose of going to the gym, because they're not picking up a dumbbell. So people think that that cardio is the end-all be-all, and they'll go to the gym and they'll run for hours and for days, and they won't see any results, and it's because they're not increasing muscle protein synthesis. They're not breaking down the muscle, causing that overload principle where then your body builds it back up. Because all they're doing is cardio. The other thing that I don't love is the fact that cardio actually, what you're doing is you're having your body, I'm trying to see how to describe this. You are forcing your body to adapt and become more efficient, right? So it wants to, that's the whole purpose of strength training or exercising in general, is your body adapts to whatever stress that you put on it. And so if you go and you run for days on end, your body realizes and adapts to the point where it says, okay, I need to be able to produce this type of movement and this energy production without consuming as many calories and without utilizing as much energy. So you'll find that, let's say a girl does, a certain exercise, and then she goes and does 30 minutes of cardio afterwards and does really high intensity cardio. And she'll lose weight and she'll, see progress, but eventually that progress will even out. So then what do? You increase your cardio to start seeing more results. And then, you'll start seeing more results, but then that becomes your new baseline. And so it's this progression that you have to continually do more and more cardio to maintain that certain level of fitness. Whereas in my option and the way that I train my clients is that I would put more emphasis on strength training and diet to achieve your goals without doing excessive amounts of cardio. Another thing, apart from the fact that your body adapts and you'll have to keep doing more and more cardio, is excessive amounts of cardio has been proven to increase cortisol levels. And we know that cortisol so it's a stress hormone, not only causes the storage of adipose tissue and increases estrogen, but somebody's listening to some really loud music, but it decreases the amount of testosterone that you can produce. Cortisol is a blocker. And so without the testosterone, and testosterone is responsible for building muscle, burning fat, being happy. Like testosterone gets this bad rap that it's this, you know, the male hormone or whatever, and if women get too much testosterone, then they'll get a mustache, you know, and but that's not the case. Everybody needs testosterone. Women need testosterone. You know, they don't have enough testosterone to get big and bulky, but testosterone is necessary for fat loss and muscle gain, which is really the whole purpose that you're going to the gym, right? And so it's not that I hate on cardio, I just feel like you can go about it without doing excessive amounts. Plus, I don't love just hitting the treadmill. That's not fun for me. So I say 15 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. If you just really, you know, hey Connor, I have to do my cardio, then I understand that. Some people love it. But prioritize a heavy compound movements or a good strength training session, and your diet should kind of be your base, and then the cardio should just kind of be that extra little bit. Because yes, if let's say you have 30 minutes to work out, and you can choose between 30 minutes of cardio or 30 minutes of weightlifting, during that 30 minutes, and I've done a video on this before, during that 30 minutes, you'll burn more calories doing cardio. Obviously, it depends on the intensity of which you do it. However, the post-workout calorie consumption is higher with strength training. As well as with strength training, you are increasing muscle protein synthesis, and you're building muscle, which is going to boost your metabolism long term, versus cardio, whatever you burn during cardio, then you're done. Whereas strength training is kind of the longer game. And so a great program to start with, or even if you are a veteran and you're just kind of looking to switch things up, maybe you've been doing a ton of cardio, or, you know, jumping rope or doing burpees in between sets or something like that. And the issue also that I have, this has just kind of sparked my thoughts, the issue that I also have with doing cardio, some type of cardio in between your sets of strength training, is that then your body's not recovering or recouping from the set that you just did, the strength training set that you just did. And so you're not going to see the gains and the muscle gains and the strength gains that you're trying to achieve, which will boost your overall metabolism with more muscle mass, because you're doing cardio in between your sets. Cardio in between sets will definitely burn more calories while you're doing it, but if you don't take the time to rest and recoup and let your body get rid of the lactic acid within your muscles, you know, lower or raise the pH levels in your muscles, increase the ATP, right? Because when you do exercise, your ATP turns into ADP and it has to recycle. So if you don't allow your body that rest in between sets, then those processes that your body naturally goes through and needs to go through to increase your strength training ability and your muscle building ability, then that's not going to happen, which is kind of the whole purpose of strength training. If I wanted to do cardio in between sets, then I would rather just do cardio at the end and get good strength training, and then you know, a good cardio session. It's kind of like it's been said that you can't multitask. You can only do those two tasks, you kind of half-assed, right? There's no really real way to do both at the same time. Both of them are going to suffer. So my wife, and I try to read this without dying, she says, so I've noticed a huge difference, a huge change in my prioritizing weights over cardio. Not only is my body actually changing, but I feel better. Yeah, and I would attest to that. So my wife has been doing cardio first and excessive amounts of cardio. Her thought process was, I'm gonna do it and get it over with so then I can actually enjoy weights. For our entire marriage, I've been telling her, prioritize weights first and then do cardio afterwards. And her body has changed tremendously. And not only that, she enjoys going to the gym a heck of a lot more. And she's getting a lot more out of it. So that's, I mean, I'm gonna have her make a video of it because her transformation is incredible, and you know how much she's enjoyed it and really gotten kind of the itch for working out has improved a ton as well. Got another question. What do you recommend for someone who is struggling with their body to help problems like gaining weight, like about 100 pounds more than they usually are? Okay, so if you have excessive weight gain, right? So a lot of things are going to take place. Physiologically, your body's changing, right? Hormonally, now your body's dealing with the increase in adipose tissue within the body, which just totally messes up your hormones. And on top of that, you're going to struggle, self-consciously, your self-worth and that sort of thing. That's just totally natural, right? People try their hardest not to get too wrapped up in looks or it's this negative stigma that if only you lost 5 pounds you could be happier, or whatever the case may be. That's just life. When you are confident with how you look, as much as people frown upon being shallow in a way, if that is even shallow, if you're confident in the way that you look, our physical body is how we interact with others, right? It is a representation of what we hold to be important in life, right? You can tell if somebody eats well and trains hard. Like that means that person values, likes to work out and values that, and that's important to them. You can tell when somebody is speaking, if they are very articulate and can present themselves in a certain way. You obviously know that knowledge and learning is an important part to them. The way that we express to other people is through our physical body. And so, wanting to lose weight and to become healthy for just that aspect alone of having more confidence and everything like that is a great goal. And so if you're 100 pounds or more overweight, I would honestly start with diet is going to be your number one thing. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips right here. I did a video previously, but a couple quick tips to get you to where you want to be is, I would say, cut out all liquid calories. Do not drink anything besides water, or maybe, some type of stevia sweetener or something like that if you get sick of water. So cut out all liquid calories. Then cut out all fast foods. I would start with just walking. Walking right there is going to be, my weight is gained due to health problems and over treating my body not well. Right, exactly. Not treating yourself right. And that happens. Sometimes, you get hurt, you have an injury, or your hormones get out of whack and it causes you to gain weight. Unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. And so I totally have sympathy for you, 100%. And so, yeah, I would say cut out all liquid calories. Start with just walking, 30 minutes to an hour a day. Get moving. Cut out fast foods. Focus your meals around good protein sources such as chicken, lean beef, fish, low-fat dairy products like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Then get your healthy fats and your semi-protein sources like almonds, cashews, quinoa is really good. And like you're saying right now, a huge thing is your hormones, and hormone imbalances can totally throw things out of whack. But I come back to, unless you have some type of hormonal imbalance like Hashimoto's or something like that, being in a consistent calorie deficit, and you don't want to go too extreme to the point where your body's going to be kicking out excess stress hormones. So just maybe 200 to 500 calories below your maintenance level will get you there. Focusing on proteins, good protein sources, carbs that aren't going to spike your insulin levels, such as sweet potatoes, brown rice, oats and oatmeal. Quinoa, like I said, is a good source of carbs as well. And so there are things in life that you can't control, like your genetics. You have no control over who your parents are, right? You're born, you're kind of, dealt the hand, and you can only do with it what you can control. So having a good, solid meal plan and a lifestyle change. Sorry, the sun is blinding me. I don't want to hit anybody. A good meal plan in place where it focuses on, good sources of proteins, healthy fats, and low glycemic index carbs, like the sweet potatoes and that sort of thing that I just mentioned. And then starting with walking 30 minutes to an hour a day. And then once you kind of get the hang of things and your body's used to moving, then you can start putting in body weight exercises. And that is going to help you tremendously. Once you start getting the joints moving and everything, going, your hormones will start to level out. I don't know to the extent that you have there, but eating clean and consistent, right? Not seeing, not trying all these crazy different things where your body doesn't have time to adjust and to level itself out, but starting a good solid lifestyle change in a diet, and then progressing that way, especially, walking and slowly introducing body weight movements and then going to the gym and things like that, and having it be a gradual process, I think will be really beneficial for you, because lots of times people try too much too fast. They don't know what's working. Their body starts to freak out. They have a complete lifestyle change instead of doing a gradual thing, and they get burnt out. Pituitary glands and adrenals aren't working right, and I have to take steroids about 6 weeks. Yeah, so it sounds like, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so it sounds like you have a whole lot of issues with your hormones that you definitely need to see a healthcare professional about. But you can still go the holistic health, or the lifestyle change route, where you are starting slow and building up into it and developing good healthy habits that are going to help you and carry you on long term. So I think that's awesome. So I wish you the best of luck, and shoot me a DM if you have any other questions. I just pulled up to my house. I'm gonna go say hi to my lovely wife, and I will check you guys next time. Thanks.